Alright guys, so it is Friday, August 21st, and we're going to do another Pokemon buying guide. I just moved to this spot and it's really hot and it kind of sucks, and I have to turn off the AC to record this, but it's alright. It is very hot and humid in here, but I will take the L and we're going to make this guide really quick. So basically we're going to go over what you guys should be buying pretty much at this time. Things have changed a lot, honestly, so we're going to get into it really quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. Couple disclaimers first. Buying singles is always better. Everyone knows that. Buy singles. This is also gonna cover another thing. We're gonna talk about sealed product. We're gonna talk about opening it and keeping it sealed. It's just like things have changed a lot in terms of keeping things sealed. So we're gonna keep that in mind or whatever in discussion. But yeah, heck it. Anyways, so what's up? But yeah, so just keep those in mind. Keeping things sealed is actually like infinitely better instead of opening, but we'll discuss the pros and cons of both as we go on. But let's start with what you guys shouldn't buy. I'm also gonna just talk about things that you can actually find readily in stores for the most part, and so we'll just get started. So what you shouldn't buy is Rebel Clash. Rebel Clash kind of trash. Basically the best card in there is Boss's Orders. Yeah, and the secret is going for $36.94. Avoid that. The next one that's kind of iffy is base set Sword and Shield. Pretty much you can get the two legendary dogs. They're both kind of iffy, and it's like, yeah, you pull them. It's like not the best chase card, you know what I mean? And so those are definitely the worst. I mean, other ones that are worse too are like, I don't know, like Fates Collide and all those older sets. Yeah, so just pretty much avoid those, and just pretty much from there we're gonna go to like these lists, which are good. So anyways, so heck this. And so basically we'll start with Unified Minds. Unified Minds isn't bad necessarily, but this is where it like gets kind of hectic. So we'll go to eBay, and then we will go to Unified Minds booster box. This is where stuff gets really weird and convoluted, but it's like booster box prices are going up like crazy with a lot of these like other sets. Like basically it's like Unified Minds, Cosmic Eclipse, Unbroken Bonds. Like the supply of booster boxes is super low, and the supply of like booster packs is just low in general on most of these sets, like all these like newish, like the newer Sun and Moon sets. But so you can open them and get like pretty good cards. Like you can get Mewtwo Mew, it's like worth $80. Then it drops off really hard into Misty's favor. But this is where it's like it gets pretty interesting. It's like booster boxes are going for like, let's see, like we got one here for 180. If we go to sold, 150. It's just prices are kind of rising on these, like past the normal like 100 mark. And Unified Minds is like the least expensive one right now, I think. But basically it's like there's a really slow like supply of them, and the demand is rising, and people want all these cards. But this is like the thing is Nintendo pretty much, I don't know if you guys know, but Ultra Prism was like a $500 booster box, but Nintendo did a small reprint of it. And so it's like weird because Ultra Prism is barely in rotation. So the fact that they reprinted it and Ultra Prism is going out of rotation in, I'd say like, I don't know, like it's going out of rotation in like 6 months or something, is kind of sus. That's pretty much it. So that's like, a lot of people are like, oh, I need to buy these booster boxes to invest, but it's like, if Nintendo's down to reprint Ultra Prism, they're down to reprint other things. So Unified Minds is cool if you want to pull for Rainbow Mewtwo Mew, but other than that, I am kind of wary of all these booster boxes and like their current prices, just because I feel like they're gonna reprint them. That's just my gut feeling. So because I bought an Unbroken Bonds, like watch, Unbroken Bonds was going for, booster box was going for, these are fake, 217. I sold mine for like 230. I found it at a local store. I got it for 130. And it's just like, it just really does seem like Nintendo is super down to reprint this stuff. So just keep that in mind. That's for like sealed. But prices are, I mean, if you find one, for like $100 somewhere, like your local card shop or something, cop it. It's literally like you can just double up your money if you want to run it that way. Or if you want to go for pulls in Unbroken Bonds, you can get the Reshiram Charizard for like 160. And that's pretty much it. But yeah. So anyways, as I was saying, like 160, that's not bad. It's pretty chillin'. So definitely way better than Unified Minds. Cosmic Eclipse has also another Charizard. That's a common theme, but it's like, oh, if there's a Charizard in it, it's pretty much worth. And there's some decent cards in here. There's like Rosa and there's ADP. And then this one has Blastoise. The Dene Rainbow is still up, apparently. Surprisingly, honestly. Even though it got like printed. But I guess the Rainbow one still holds value. But so basically Cosmic Eclipse, Unbroken Bonds, and all that stuff, they're really not that bad to go for it, especially if you can find a booster box. Honestly, I would say just like sell the booster box, but if you want to pull, definitely pull Unbroken Bonds. That one's good if you can find packs, because you can just pull this Charizard, the Blastoise, or the Dedenne, and those aren't like super bad pulls. And you can still get meta cards if you're trying to build decks too. So anyway, so yeah, Unified Minds, buy it if you want Mewtwo Mew. If not, Cosmic Eclipse is better in my opinion. You just have these 3 cards here, and they're good meta cards too. So then Cosmic, and then Unbroken. Unbroken is good. And then Darkness Ablaze isn't bad too. I would say Unbroken Bonds is better than Darkness Ablaze, but Darkness Ablaze has Charizard VMAX, and that's pretty much it. But it's also like a new set, so it's like the price is gonna have a really big fall off. So, because that always happens. And then Crobat's a really good meta card. Nida set, when you play this card from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may draw cards if you have 6 cards in your hand. Kind of broken, but yeah, those are definitely like the top tier goes. Darkness Ablaze and Unbroken Bonds. If you can find Unbroken Bonds, I'd say cop as much as you can. And if you want to pull packs for the Charizard, just run it. Just run it up. Just full send it. Because, I mean, Reshiram Charizard GX is good. It's just like all this is super up in the air too, because Nintendo's, I'm pretty sure they're down to reprint this. So it's like, it's a short lasting thing in my opinion. So, I mean, run it up all you can if you're about it. But those are the 2 that I would say are like the A tier go-tos right now. I would say, honestly, I would say Darkness Ablaze is kind of like a C tier. I would say, or like B tier. Unbroken Bonds is definitely A tier. Go for Unbroken Bonds. And then, for my opinion, on the next 2, also keep this in mind too. Champion's Path is coming out soon, but this is like a super iffy one to go for. Or like wait for, I guess. It's just like depends on where you're at financially, but it's... Champion's Path is kind of iffy. Basically, people are rumoring that like the Rainbow VMAX Charizard might be in here, but it's not looking like it. And then there's this whole thing about the Elite Trainer box where you can get the Charizard, like this Charizard, which is sick. People are freaking out though, because people think this is gonna end up being like this. Like this, these right here that are going for like 250 and 270. I don't think Nintendo's gonna let that happen. Because people, basically, there was such a low print run of Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes. Like, it wasn't low, there was a lot, but it's like, they just stopped. There was no reprints of this afterwards, like how they're doing with all the other product. And so, I don't know if Nintendo's gonna let that happen. Pre-orders are going crazy for Champion's Path Elite Trainer boxes for this promo here, which I get, like, it's valid. So I would say wait and cop a couple of these just to get this card, but it's honestly looking like the set isn't gonna get much else, because it's just getting a bunch of Vs. Things can change though. If it changes and it gets confirmed that there's a VMAX Charizard Rainbow in it, then it's definitely worth it. But other than that, I would say just hold out to get this for the Charizard, and so you have a couple of those, and that's pretty much it. Because it's going to be the promo, like how the Zapdos and Articuno were. So yeah, that's my opinion of those. So yeah, so just keep that in mind if you guys are like on a budget and you're chilling, or like trying to chill on spending cards. Maybe keep a little bit of money for Champion's Path. But other than that, let's go to the A tier ones, or like the S tier ones in my opinion. Pretty much these 2. It's gonna be Hidden Fates and then Burning Shadows. I think, all right, so Hidden Fates is definitely below Burning Shadows, and here's why. Because, okay, yeah, like you can get Charizard GX Shiny in it, and it's worth $600 right now. But, oh yeah, isn't that crazy? Last time I made a video, Charizard from Hidden Fates was worth $200, but now it's up to $600 again, which is wild. But, and then it has a lot of other good cards. Umbreon, Espeon, Sylveon. Like, you honestly can't lose if you can find Hidden Fates. Just scoop it up. Especially if you're pulling, like, I literally opened one thing of Hidden Fates the other day and I got a shiny Charizard and it was ridiculous. But, honestly, too, at the end of the day, like, a lot of Hidden Fates has resale value. What are they called? Hidden Fates tins? They're worth like a little bit over double, so it's like you can't necessarily take an L like if you're just trying to hold it sealed. It's just like, I bring up the sealed thing because literally everyone is like, oh, Pokemon card investing, sealed product investment, and blah blah blah. But yeah, so honestly you can't really take an L if you cop Hidden Fates. Like, definitely just scoop up as much as you can. Here's the caveat though of Hidden Fates is there's a reprint coming soon. I think it's in a month or two. And there's a lot of rumors. It's like, the speculation is like that it's happening in Europe and it's also happening here. No one really knows how big the reprint is going to be. So there's also this video by SM Pratt and he talks about it, and he believes that they're just meeting the demand, and it's still like not going to lower the prices of these cards for the most part because there's a lot of demand for this product. So granted, it might like drop the price of things, but not by super much. But just be wary of the market changing. The market's gonna change if there's reprints. That's just the situation at the end of the day. But Hidden Fates is definitely still worth it, like super hard. It went through its ups and downs, but I think it's definitely up right now, and it could definitely just keep staying up, especially depending on how big the reprint is. If they like flood the market, then it's gonna go back to how it was. Like, Charizard's $200 and the tins are like $5 over retail or something. But that's not too bad considering that having a $200 Charizard is pretty good for Pokemon. So keep that in mind. Hidden Fates is definitely top tier in terms of what you should open and cop, or if you just want to hold on to sealed. So there's that. And then the last one I think that is super more worth it is well, I'd say Burning Shadows is more worth it. You can get, okay, basically Burning Shadows is more worth it if you are debating between the Charizards. But if you're just debating other cards and other things balancing it out, this is definitely more worth it. There's like Cynthia, there's Leafeon, there's Mewtwo. There's so many good cards in this. So, like, yeah, like, look at how it bottoms out. Like, this Eevee is worth $30. So, in terms of, like, the overall value, this is way more worth it. But if you're chasing Charizards, then this Burning Shadows Charizard is way more worth it. And it's like, okay, you say, why? Because Burning Shadow Charizard is $300 versus Shiny Charizard, which is worth $600. But then it's this whole thing about grading, and if you get into grading pretty much, then it's like, let's look it up. So Shiny Charizard, PSA 10 Hidden Fates, yeah? It just sold for a K. Like about a K. Another one for a K. It's about 1,000, 1,100, yeah? But if you look up Shiny Charizard, or not Shiny Charizard, Charizard Burning Shadows, Rainbow Charizard, yeah. That's PSA 9, PSA 10. PSA 10, look, it goes for 3K. 3K. 1,500. And the reason for that is there's significantly less Rainbow Charizards than there are Shiny Charizards. And I think the market's going to catch up to that sooner or later. It's just like everyone is super into Shiny Charizard, so everyone's getting graded and everyone's like, oh my god, Shiny Charizard. But at the end of the day, like, the Rainbow Charizard has way less. And Burning Shadows is out of print. Like, I really doubt they're going to reprint this at all. Just because it's not in the meta anymore. It's like a couple sets behind Ultra Prism. So I literally see no reason why they would reprint it. There's a lot of Burning Shadows Elite Trainer boxes, like, sitting on shelves at, like, Targets and stuff. And at the end of the day, like, the Rainbow Charizard, I think, is gonna surpass the Shiny Charizard just because there's, like, very little supply and a lot of... I guess there's more demand. I don't know. It's just, like, at the end of the day, I think they're gonna balance themselves out just because of how rare the Shiny Charizard is. To put it in perspective, too, we can go to PSA Population Report. Yeah, sorry, this is like nerd stuff, especially if you're just trying to open Pokemon card packs. But Shiny Charizard definitely worth. They're both worth in their own right, depending on what you're chasing. I'm just trying to give you guys the perspective of it all. So we'll go Burning Shadows. Where is it? So there's 668 Charizard full arts, pretty much, of Burning Shadows in a PSA 10. And then if we go to... Yeah, remember that, 668. I can't really remember that right now. But, so if we go to Hidden Fates Charizard... There's 1,287. And the ratio is crazy. Like, a lot of people are getting 10s. Like, there were so many more 9s than 10s on the other one. And this one literally has double hidden, like, double 10s. So, just keep that in mind. The amount is less, and Hidden Fates is getting a reprint. So, I think, for, like, short term now, just cop the rate, like, the Shiny Charizard. It's easier, it'll probably be easier to find, especially with reprints and stuff. But for, like, long term, Burning Shadows is definitely worth it, especially if you can get a really, like, minty one and a really good centered one. It'll just be like, it's already more worth it if you get a 10. Like, it's literally like triple almost. And so, especially in long term, it's gonna balance out. Like, it's just gonna go like that, you know what I mean? And so that's the gist of it. That's the August report of what you should buy for Pokemon cards. Champion's Path might change, but yeah, Hidden Fates, Burning Shadows, definitely top tier. The other ones aren't bad either. All the, like, newish Sun and Moon sets, especially if you can find booster boxes. Sometimes you can. Like, I found one in my local store, like, super chillin'. And yeah, if you're opening, all that stays the same. If you're investing, it stays the same for the most part. Burning Shadows is good for investing just because of the Charizard. And then Hidden Fates is just good in general. So definitely just buy those two and you're chilling. But yeah, they might be hard to find. So if not, Unbroken Bonds is a good one to settle for. Cosmic Eclipse isn't bad either. So that kind of sums up the video. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Like and subscribe. Tell me if you guys like video. I don't know, whatever. Say something cool. Tell me your favorite basketball player and I'll give you Pokemon cards as a giveaway. We'll see what's up. We'll see who makes it to the end of the video. Because I'm not going to, like, clickbait my videos and be like giveaway for views. Actually, maybe I might do that later, honestly. But if you guys made it this far, literally just comment your favorite basketball player, say nothing else, and we'll figure it out from there. So, alright, laters, guys. Like and subscribe.